First, at the outcomes for white testers, we see that about 34% of whites with no criminal record received a callback or job offer, compared to just 17% of whites with a criminal record. So we see that criminal record reduces employment opportunities by about 50%. In the case of black testers, 14% of those with no criminal background received a callback or job offer, relative to just 5% of blacks with a criminal record. A black applicant with no criminal background received callbacks or job offers at about half the rate of an equally qualified white applicant. But the most surprising finding was really related to blacks with no criminal background relative to whites with a felony conviction. We find that a white applicant with a felony conviction fared just as well, if not better, relative to a black applicant with a clean record. This suggests that being black in America today is essentially like having a felony conviction in terms of one's chances of finding employment.
So again, this is why, or one of the reasons why DEI efforts are so important, because historically there continues to be racist practices as it relates to hiring individuals. As you can see, these individuals who had a felony that were white were more likely to be hired than a black person who didn't have a felony and met qualifications. So again, that's why, or one of the reasons why DEI efforts was supposed to be so important. Granted, we often didn't see the impact of those practices for people of color, especially black people. We've seen them more as it relates to white women and other minorities, right? Like Asians' acceptance rates in colleges and things, which since those DEI practices have been taken away, you see way less Asian individuals being accepted into universities. But again, it's also an element that is helps justify again why oftentimes when black people are in positions, why we are often overqualified. Because if we meet the bare minimum qualifications, they're not considering us, right? But when we're overqualified, then they'll give us a chance. So again, that's why you see a lot of black women in positions that they are overqualified. Need I remind you of Ketanji Brown? Need I remind you of Kamala Harris and how these individuals are overqualified for the jobs that they were being considered for. However, you had the media trying to push that DEI efforts would be why they got these positions, even though they were overqualified for these positions. Whereas Brett Kavanaugh, I think is his name, ain't did nothing. Shouldn't be a Supreme Court justice at all. But again, he's a white man. So he gets to get a pass and he could learn on the job and all those other types of things. So again, these were the types of scenarios where DEI was supposed to help us make better choices, but we often didn't see that occur as it relates